Hello everybody and welcome to the Reds Army. This is where we talk about anything and everything about Manchester United. So, the season is officially over for Man United. We're not going to compete in the Champions League or Europa League or even Conference League. But we could be in the Champions League if we won the Europa League. But it's still a pipe dream. I don't see that happening, especially the way Manchester United has been playing lately. So, we are looking towards another summer transfer window where we don't know what Man United is going to do. I mean, I'm not surprised that we are not even linked to huge players. I'm not even surprised. So I will not even be surprised if we don't bring in big names or good players during the summer window transfer. So I was reading an article today that Man United have to sell in order to buy. That's evident. Everybody knows this because we are trying to avoid any financial, what do we call them? The FFP will be on our neck if we don't sell in order to buy. So it makes sense, because Man United is very bloated right now. I mean, we have so many people on wages and we are paying so much and we are playing certain players too much and you're not giving us 100% of the effort. So it makes sense if we can lay off or if we can sell some players, which would free some funds, and at the end of the day, it will also bring in revenue in terms of sales. So, in order to do good business during summer, I think Man United would require a little bit around 150 million euros to buy some few players. But to get this money, we need to sell some players. So which players do we think we would be better off without next season so that we can sell them during summer? I have compiled a list of 4 players who I think right now are not good enough or their style is not aligning with Man United, so I think it will be fair to sell them. Number 1 on the list is Casemiro. I mean, Casemiro was a beast while he was at Real Madrid, but at 33 years old right now, he is not playing at the same tempo he was playing at Real Madrid. So I think it would make sense if we could sell them during the summer transfer, so that we can get some money, because Casemiro still has 18, I don't know, it's 18 or 16 months still left on his contract. He doesn't want to leave. He said it himself. He said that he wants to stay at Man United and fulfill the contract. He said that his family has settled into Manchester, so he doesn't see himself leaving anytime soon. But if push comes to shove, I would prefer if we sold Casemiro, and right now he commands a hefty 12 million euros. Yeah, there's still some people who might buy him, and some of them are in the Saudi Football League. Some of them would even consider bringing in Casemiro. I mean, he is a household name at the end of the day, but unfortunately he's not a household name at Manchester United. So that guy will bring in 12 million euros. So the second person who I think we should be selling, it's not because I hate him, but because I think it's best for him and best for the club. It's Marcus Rashford. I mean, Rashford was at one time our bright star. He was shining everywhere. He was scoring for fun. I mean, he was taking on defenders. Then all of a sudden, Marcus Rashford forgot how to dribble, and unfortunately, he's out on loan to Aston Villa. So there is an agreement between Man United and Aston Villa that if Rashford concludes the season and they are happy with the services, they can buy him for 40 million pounds, which is roughly around 55 million euros if I'm not wrong. So if we can get Rashford out for 55 million euros, or let's just round it down to 50 million euros, and then we sell Casemiro for 12 million euros, then I think we already have 62 million euros. You see, those are just 2 players. Then maybe we can go on and sell somebody like Zirkzee. Zirkzee, I mean, he has potential. This kid seems like if he's in the right team, he can be a beast for that team. But unfortunately, right now, Manchester United is not the right team for such talent. He needs to go to somewhere like Bayern Munich, or maybe he could go to somewhere like PSG. Or he could go to somewhere like Dortmund. I mean, these people could use somebody like Zirkzee because they already have a foundation, even though Dortmund are underperforming this season. But there are clubs which can suit Zirkzee perfectly. And he commands a 42 million euros value in the market. So that means we can get, let's just call it 40 million euros. We can get 40 million euros. Already we are way above 100 million euros. We had we had 62 million euros. Now we have 40, so that's 102 million euros. Okay, those are just 3 players, and the last player who I think would benefit by leaving Manchester United is Rasmus Højlund. I mean, we brought him in because we thought he would be a similar player to Højlund of Manchester City, but he hasn't lived up to the expectations. So I think it would be best for him to leave Manchester United right now so that he can go and find his confidence in another team. And guess what? He commands a 60 million euros in the market. So that means now we already have 162 million euros to spend. So if we can sell these 4 players, according to me, I think we would benefit by bringing in a few players, like 4. We can directly replace them, and then remember we have some few players who are living on the free transfer at the end of this season, like Eriksen, Johnny Evans, and there is a possibility of Johnny Evans, Eriksen. There's another player. Why is he escaping my mind? And the defender Lindelof. There are higher chances that the 3 players might leave at the end of the season. So that means we are going to free some funds from the wages that we were paying them, and then maybe we can have a negotiating edge here. Maybe we can bring in a few players, even on loan deals, you know, a few, like 2 or 3 players to try and fill in the gap, because once these players leave, the 4 players I've mentioned, remember Jadon Sancho is also leaving. I don't see him coming back to Man United. Remember, we have Amad Diallo is out injured for the rest of the season, so he might even miss the preseason. So we need a winger, or we need a replacement, or somebody to hold the place down before all our injured players can recover and come back to the team. So I think if we could sell these 4 players and release 3 more players, those would be 7 players that we have already released into the market. Now we need to replace them, so that once 7 players go, the depth of the club will be reduced. Now we will not be having the same depth as we are having right now, although it's not beneficial right now since most of the players are injured and others are out of form. But you get the point. We can bring in 7 more players. Like, we can buy 4 players and bring in 3 players who are on loan, so that we can try to because I think next season is going to be very tough compared to this season, because next season we're going to have some new faces at Manchester United. So, and you already know, once a team has many new faces, it takes time to, you know, to start rolling, to start performing, because players need more time to get used to each other. So it's not going to be a magic wand or a magic bullet that's going to be injected into this team and then all of a sudden we are performing. It's going to take time. So when we bring in 4 new faces, we need to bring in even we need to bring in 3 players on loan at least, to try and balance the team, because we cannot go into this, we cannot release 7 players and then we just bring in 4. We can't, especially when we are going to next season where everything is going to be tough. Why? Because everybody will be tough on the manager and the manager will be tough on the players. So it's going to be a make it or break it season next season. So it's not going to be an easy season. So we need many players at Manchester United. Okay, so those are my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think? Do you think the players I've selected that to sell out would be your ideal options if you are told to choose a few players who you want to see gone from Manchester United? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If you're new here, kindly take a second to subscribe. I know I sound like a broken record, but hey, it's a new channel. We are trying to reach out to as many people as possible to try and bring a community together. So I appreciate every effort you do for us. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.